back to Bob Blues. It is an unusual Thursday where we're going to be doing some grilling. I have a special treat. I mentioned on the comments on my last one that I was going to be doing back ribs. And that's for a fact. So we've got the back ribs right here. Just a couple of big old herkin back ribs. And then I'm still doing a brisket. And partially because I know I can do a brisket good. Okay. And I know, but I know these are going to be really good too. I've never done these before. I tried doing some last weekend. And what I found out was I bought the wrong ones. There was just nowhere near enough meat to do anything with. So I went to a butcher. And I paid, of course, way too much compared to what I was accustomed to or expecting. And I'm sure when I tell you, you're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, you can get them way cheaper than that." Yes, you can. I was in a hurry, so I paid where I paid $3.72 a pound for brisket before. I just paid $9.99 for this 4-pound thing of brisket. $9.99 per pound. That's a 40-pound hunk of meat in it. Yes, it kind of hurts to do it, but I was in a hurry to get it. And the back ribs, I haven't done much about running around looking for them. So I paid the same amount on these. So we're going to see what things look like here. We're going to start off, going to open this up. He sealed this right there on the spot. He cut, this started out a big one. It was probably 8-9 pounds easily. There's about 4 pounds here left, and it's actually a really good piece of meat. So, I'm going to pull that out. Put this over here in the sink, and that's our brisket right there. You can see this, really good piece of meat there, really clean. Got a big fat layer right there on top, and that's going to be above on the grill. So next up is the ribs. Let's open those up. Now. Again, I went to the butcher and he had this came off of a three bone. This is 2 bones of back ribs. Okay, and I'm gonna take this all apart here. All right, I'll show you this. Now I could have had him take these off, but there's your bones right there, and they are long bones all the way through. Okay, and look at all that meat there. There's a lot of meat there to work with, okay? So, with all that, we should end up with some really good back ribs, okay? So, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to slather these things up with mustard, okay, on top and bottom. And then, bottom's, there's a lot of meat there. I'm going to want to do this side here, aren't I? All that meat there, I want to make sure that gets hit too. Don't really care much about the bone, but... a lot of people will get this fat here taken off of there. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to let that soak in and help keep it moist. So, and then I'm going to be using my steak and chop rub. The steak and chop rub here, which I just picked this up at Cash Care. This is it's actually pretty good. Okay, ingredients for those who care: salt, spices, including paprika, annatto, then there's brown sugar, garlic, onion, red bell pepper, natural flavor, including smoke, and canola oil. Okay, so that's the ingredients in here. Sodium content, 200 milligrams. So pay attention to that if that's a concern of yours. Okay, so from here we're gonna go into high speed. I'm gonna get my mustard out. Plain yellow mustard. I should have done that the first time. Okay, so now they're done. They're slathered up. They are seasoned, and the mustard will help provide a crust as well as help keep the seasonings in place. You know, there's nothing. You see all that mustard on there. That's going to help with that. So we're going to cut away now, and we're going to get these over to the grill. We'll get back going here in just a moment. All right, now it's time for me to show you my setup, how I have it set up today. This worked really good last time, so I'm going to kind of repeat it. I mean, you know, come on, if it works for once, it's going to work good the second. And so one of the things I discovered about this grill is the thermostat on it is 100 degrees off. Okay, so I know that this thing is going to be 100 degrees cooler than what it shows on there. So here's what I got going for you. Aside from a dang fool dog from the neighbor, I've got my coals over here on this side. You can see I have some wood on there. This is a combination of lump coal briquettes, regular briquettes, lump coal, and some hickory wood is what I'm using for the smoking today. Kind of picks it up at the local store, just some wood chunks. Okay. I have 2 drip pans. These again at the local store, only because that'll give me enough room for my meat to go, both pieces to go on here, and I won't have to sit there and put it up there. I will have to rotate them back and forth from one side to the other because of the proximity to the heat. But aside from that, you know, that's pretty much my setup. So I used that thing right there to figure out my temperature. We're getting some good smoke off of here. Time to put this meat on there. Hang on just one moment. Okay, so I haven't. It's only been a couple of minutes since I put it on, and I'm just kind of coming out to show you. You know, if you look at that thermostat there, it shows about 300. It's still climbing a little bit. I'm going to be looking at probably 350 to 400 degrees on this thermostat, which will put it 250, 300, which is about right. I have my stack closed down to about there, and my side vent pretty well closed down right now. So we're going to open it up, which is going to lose some heat, but that's okay. Woo, look at all of that. Okay, look at all that smoke. Okay, so the meat was just put on like 5 minutes ago, so no change in that. So we're gonna just want to open it up, take a look, see. There's your coals. Meat's over the drip pans mostly. Okay, and this grill is almost fully seasoned now. So, okay, that's what I got right now. I'm gonna close it up. Now it's time to ignore it for about a half an hour, just to kind of keep an eye on the temperatures. What most I'm going to be doing. Notice it's northwest. I am in a t-shirt, but it's still kind of chilly out. We're looking at you got some snow on the ground. You know, that bike is not getting much use right now. But it's February, and it's not a bad February. It gets a lot worse in other areas of the country. We got a nice little bit of snowfall today, but we got sunshine this afternoon. I have friends coming over. It was a great time to do this. So definitely got some smoke rolling through there. That hickory's doing its job. I've got closed down quite a ways. We should be good to go for a while. This grill was compliments of my boy Aaron and his fiance / girlfriend / whatever you want to call each other for Christmas. And I've finally gotten some use out of it, and it is doing a great job for me. Would a $800 Traeger do a better job? Probably. I was looking at those, but they're like $800. This is a lot less. This is a little more labor intensive because you have to kind of keep track of things a little better. Traeger runs out pretty automatically, but still this is pretty good. So I'm looking, just real quick check here. Temperature's holding at about 320 here. So I'm going to open things up just a little bit. And not that much. There we go. So I open it up. It's probably about double the space now. So let's see what happens with the temperature there. Definitely the smoke went up more. So we'll be back later. Check on the stuff. Tell you what's happening here. We are smoking some good meat here. Look at all that smoke. Okay, so that's what's happening here, and be here. It's going to be ready probably about 8 o'clock tonight, maybe a little later. All right, time to do a check on that meat. Let's see where we're at. Oh my gosh, it's still cold out here. Still snow. Still snow out there. Ooh, look at that smoke coming out of there. That's pretty good. Let's go take a look at it. Let's get a closer look. So, I'm going to do it. Oh my gosh. All right, now. How's that look to you? I can tell here, but those bones are starting to peek out a little bit. That's looking good. All right, I'm going to be rotating this meat here so that everything happens right. I got to go get the right tongs for that. These tongs are really filthy and dirty. I'm not going to subject anybody to eating meat that those tongs have been used on. So, I got to turn that meat and make sure everything's hot enough. Keep it cooking, and we're looking good. It's, geez, we're pushing 3 hours now on this. And our temperature is running close to 300 degrees, it looks like, inside. Oh, no, it's running about 260 here. Remember, we run about 100 degrees up cooler than that thing shows. So, got some nice smoke showing up here. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to take a look. Oh, take a look at that. All right, so now it is time. Whew. People. Take a look at it. Oh, man. Got some sparks. Got some fire going from that wood. I need to go get my thermostat, my thermometer, my meat thermometer. I need to get that thing out here and check that stuff. Because it might be time to foil that stuff up. Alright. Get a meat thermometer in this thing. First we'll check the brisket. Still not soft. Let's see here. There you go. As far as temperature goes, I mean, we're approaching fully cooked temperature. I mean, it's not, you know, but it's not to that temperature that we want. We want to hit right around 200 degrees on this meat in the end. But as far as the crust is concerned and the temperature is concerned, this is where it's time to foil it up. So we're going to get the foil out. We're going to wrap it, cover it up, get our temperature up higher. Okay. All right, so let me see here. It is 6:45 at night. And I'm down to a little bit of time left. I don't know if you can see that at all. Probably not. 200 degrees on the brisket. I've got to pull the brisket off. It's going to sit on the for an hour. I'm going to get the work with the ribs a little bit and check it. All right, it's about the same time really. You can't see it, but it's already hits 196 and still climbing on the ribs. So I'm going to take this off. That thermometer just kind of sunk right in. This stuff is done. So I'm going to take this off, take it in the house. It's going to have to sit for an hour and just kind of settle. And then we'll be looking ready to eat. You know, hang on. So hang on. I'll give you some shots and some decent lighting here in a second. All right. So we are done. And for a reveal, there is a brisket right there. And here is the ribs right there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 202 degrees on this right here, okay? And this right here, we'll let that climb up a little bit. What do you think, son?
It smells
delicious?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're filming right now. So 202 is a little lower. Yeah, it's about 202 on the brisket as well. I'm going to protect these from the dog this time. We're going to feast. Yes, him.
Kennel.
No, he doesn't have to. I'm going to keep it. Otherwise he's going to be in the kennel for hours. We're not going to do that to him tonight, but I am going to protect him this time. So, y'all have a great night. This took about 6 hours total, actually. So it did really well. Yeah, this is very. Look at that. Very fork done here. We could just pull this right off if we wanted to. So. You have a great night. I hope you learn from this. Hope you get inspired by this. I'm inspired by doing it. So, Thanks a lot. God bless.